Yeah. What
Hey,
up?
Hairflips. Second podcast of the week. Cambodia and the 150 board. So he's drinking his Coke and rum while I say keep it classy and enjoying a glass of wine.
Hey,
Cheers.
a Coke and rum is classy.
So
Don't get it
I
twisted.
noticed that you're drinking an Indian rum. Can you give us a breakdown of like what's it? What can it be compared to in terms of like flavors or other rums that we'd probably be more familiar with? First, show the bottle. Show the bottle.
Okay, I'm gonna share the bottle. Well, I'm not really a big rum drinker, or I am, but I'm not a connoisseur like most nerds that I know of. Old Monk, it's from India,
Uh huh.
but it tastes actually really good. It's really sweet,
It go down smooth.
especially with Coke. I think I poured a lot too much, but such is life, right?
I mean, honestly, like I'll drink anything. I'm not one of those a-hole snobs who, oh, I only drink, single barrel aged, blah blah blah, bullshit, bullshit. One of those people who's like, oh, it has to be, a certain thing. But then after drinking like really good stuff, it's easier to take in. Get what I'm saying? So I can appreciate that. Not to say that I won't drink the shit stuff because I still will because that's who I am. I'm just hood. But but I mean, can you see the fact that like okay, the good stuff is actually legit. You know what I mean? You don't mind like drinking the good stuff
No,
without feeling like a sellout.
I no, I agree, man. There's really good stuff. You can taste the difference, but fuck, dude, I'm not picky. I know I like rum and I know I like whiskey. I'll have and I don't like certain drink like some vodka I don't like, but it won't I won't stop drinking it because it's cheap wine. Like potato vodka. I'll drink potato vodka. I know it's shit, but
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Can you actually see me okay right now?
you're pretty blurry.
It's telling me that I'm experiencing connectivity issues for some reason, so I'm gonna lower my bandwidth.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. The funny thing,
Um,
when you
but
started bandwidth, it got better.
yeah, maybe someone's doing something to the network right now. But speaking of drinks, went to this bar last night around my house. It's actually pretty cool. There's no set drink menus.
Oh, nice.
So, so yes, and it's actually I didn't know it was like walking distance from my house. So like you actually just tell the bartender like what types of flavors you like or what kind of base you like, and he'll actually they'll make a drink for you, right? Like so like. Do you want something boozy? Do you want something refreshing? Or do you prefer like certain types of spirits? And they actually will craft something for you. So it's actually pretty cool. I think those bars are legit. It's yeah, it could be considered hipster, but it's unique, right?
You were hanging with Queen Hipster.
Actually, that first place we went to, it was actually it wasn't hipster at all. It was just it had hipster all over, but then when you actually go in, um, you don't see any hipsters at all, which is kind of surprising. They're not more like regular type people, like slobs. We're not talking about slob hipsters. We're talking about like just guys came in with their like t-shirt and like shorts and sandals. So those guys aren't hipsters. You know what I mean? They don't have like a fucking pretend kind of unkept look. They're just unkept.
No, like I shouldn't really be one to talk about hipsters, but because um, the the profession that I'm going to is filled with them. Oh,
New age hipsters.
yeah, so I shouldn't really speak too bad, even though I don't believe I'm part of that crew. But no, I mean that actually is a good telling of a good bartender, where he can like he can create a taste to your liking. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like the quick strike question you had on Tuesday. It was
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
what kind of drink, and that's what's kind of hard. Why I don't understand like some of the answers was like you kind of know what you want to drink, what your summer drink, but how can like so go for like that kind of summer taste, and you should be able to create like a drink, like what when you picture in your mind, like, oh, I,
Exactly. Exactly. You know your flavor profile. You know what your taste buds like.
yeah,
Like that's just what it is. But maybe I kind of screwed up the question by saying summer because that kind of boxes you in.
well, I think
But
that was appropriate because it is like kind of the beginning of summer.
that's true. But no, I think I'm gonna try to check out some more of these like unique bars though, just to kind of see like what do you call it? And plus, yeah, I enjoy beers too. A lot of not that particular place, but places that have different things on tap. That
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always
yeah.
been kind of.
I mean, it's sort of like I know I don't like IPAs, and I know I like some red ale and stuff like that. That's sort of like what your question was asking. Is like, what kind of drink you like, and what would you want to mix it with? So it'd be kind of cool to go to a bar that will like, oh, I'm looking for this kind of beer, or like, can you it's basically asking for a recommendation from the bartender, but here he won't even give you that choice. He's gonna recommend something straight off the bat. That's kind of cool, and that's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because like I said, there's no menu. There's no menu. So,
so did he get it right?
but well, I mean, okay, so I'm there with Misty and Crystal, and we all kind of wanted to order something on the opposite end of the spectrum, kind of, so we can kind of sample each other's drink. So she ordered something like a lot more like refreshing. I ordered something a little bit more like hard, boozy type. So, and then the other one was kind of in the middle. But I had like a take on an old fashioned.
Okay.
Which is good. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be in the mood for it. It's a variation of it, so you can taste it. It's pretty good. And then she had like something everybody would like. It's more of a fiesta type drink. You know what I mean? It's like goes down smooth. You can probably like pound a couple of them without even like realizing how much alcohol is in there. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool. So, but like if you were to go to a bar that you've never been to,
Yeah.
okay, I'm give you a couple scenarios. I answer the questions too. What beer would you order? What cocktail would you order? And just a miscellaneous order.
And what was the last one?
Just a miscellaneous order. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like boxed in a certain category. Like, okay, I'm gonna try this.
If I can
You
find
make it.
a Belgian wheat, I'll look for a wheat or like a wheat ale.
So that's kind of
That's
like
that would be my beer of choice. Um, Second, whiskey and coke,
uh,
and then
cocktail.
miscellaneous drink, or
No,
like
a whiskey coke is more of a. Do you consider that a cocktail though, or is
I
it? I mean, I
well,
guess a
it's a
drink
mix,
is a cocktail.
or it's a I don't know, it's a mixed drink.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Um, Cocktail. I don't really drink frou-frou drinks, man, like that. Midori sour, amaretto sour. I don't know. I don't even know what
No, I should start getting more. I should start drinking more of the Disaronno. It's so delicious, dude. It's you know it's funny. It's like I kind of stopped drinking when I stopped seeing the commercials for it. I don't know. Maybe that's what affects my choice in what I drink because I like those new Coronas commercials where they have that song. Well, it's kind of like a cha cha cha, and then I just want to get a Corona for some reason. So I'm a sucker for advertising, or even the stupid Modella commercials I've been seeing. The one that says Especial, and this is my empty bottle Modelo Especial.
Oh,
But
that's a drink. That's your drink.
it's not my drink. But I'm saying I've been seeing commercials and stuff for it.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
So it kind of reminds you, like, fuck, dude, like, just nudge you in the direction. But my drinks for a beer, I'm similar in that profile in terms of the wheat beer. But I've been kind of getting, well, I've always been into stouts,
Yeah.
like the darker ones. And I think stuff like that, you can really only get a good glass at a bar. You can't really get a good one,
Off the shelf.
like a draft. Yeah, a draft stout. It tastes better at the bar. I mean, you can't find that replacement at the grocery store.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Unless I'm mistaken.
no, no. I mean, I can see why it's nice to come out of tap.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And even the regular tap beers, it's different, but at least you can kind of find similar or equivalent tastes at the grocery store. So that would be my drink, I guess, kind of like a stout of some sorts. Um, and then for obviously, my cocktail always has to be the mojito. That's my signature. That's my signature drink. I've mentioned this on the show
Really?
numerous times.
Is that now your signature? Is that your signature drink now? Is that your go-to drink now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always been kind of like my signature, though.
No, you were a whiskey sour before.
Well,
So,
I still like I still like the whiskey sour. I'm just saying, like, mojito requires a little bit more. Like, you can't just go everywhere or any bar and ask for mojito because they don't have the ingredient.
yeah,
Whereas a whiskey sour, you can get it anywhere, right? Because it's like a well drink. So it would be a mojito. I didn't know this. Fun fact: mint juleps or mint is it what it's called? Mint juleps, mint
yeah,
juleps. Because of the Kentucky Derby that just happened a couple weeks ago with American Pharoah taking the Triple Crown,
yeah.
whatever. Mint juleps are kind of like a southern drink,
Huh.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I just recently found out that they're essentially mojitos with a whiskey base versus rum.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's the same concept, same drink. One's whiskey, one's rum.
so it's a mint julep.
Yeah, mint julep is the mojito for the South.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go and look for that the next time I go out to a bar.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I said, it's the same but different. So check it out.
I think I can tell like the one reason like it's sort of like when we go to a barbecue spot, right? Like you kind of order like similar things, and then you just kind of like okay, and then you compare it with your past experiences. Like
Yeah,
I'll order a ribeye at like if I can get a ribeye at different barbecue spots, then I'll compare them. I think with that's why I picked the whiskey and coke because sometimes places put way too much whiskey, some don't put enough, some put too much ice. Like you can kind of gauge like okay, this is how good or this guy really spikes the alcohol and it's there's like a perfect balance where you taste the alcohol but it's not too overpowering, but you
yeah,
should
yeah.
hit. So, I mean, I think that's kind of why it might not sound adventurous. Like I think my first drink is always going to be a wheat ale. If there's a beer, I'm going to get a wheat ale. And
Yeah,
then
just like a half.
yeah, and then well, I don't even like Heffenweiser anymore.
No, yeah, I get a half. I usually just get halves.
Well, the only reason I do that is because I kind of OD'd on Hef.
Really, bro?
Yeah, I mean, because that was like the drink of choice for a long time. I mean,
No, yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I mean, you want to go on another kind of like a kick,
yeah.
something else.
So
So,
right now, actually, I'm trying to move into red ales now.
like, are they? I don't know. I've never really had too many experiences with red ale. Is it like I don't know. What's it closely?
It's like a wheat, bro, and with a little bit more bite.
So it's like a hoppy wheat.
Yeah. Well, not even that hoppy. It's definitely not an IPA. That's one drink that, like, I was talking to, or I was overhearing a conversation, and they were talking about like IPA that most of it's crap, but then somewhere you're gonna get one really good IPA, and then you'll understand why IPAs are good. But you just have to find that IPA, and unfortunately, I haven't, and I don't know if I even want to go try looking for one. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because you don't like most of it anyways.
Yeah.
There's another type of Indian ale, but it's like white.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Have you heard of it? So it's called like White Indian Ale or something. So it's not IPA, so it's like a IWA or something.
Oh, that I don't know, but I've heard of white Indian ales or something like that to that effect.
Uh-huh.
So, but I have not experienced it. I think once I see Indian, like okay, next.
Yeah, you already know like that's not your
Yeah.
what do you call it?
'Cause I don't like the that hop at the end.
I've uh I've been staying well, I shouldn't say been staying away. I just haven't been really drinking a lot of like Coronas, the kind of stuff that I used to drink a lot before. Like Coronas and even Coors Light. I mean, I don't buy Coors Light, but people go out and that's the kind of beer that a lot of them people drink. But I haven't been drinking a lot of that stuff on that section of the supermarket. You know what I'm talking about? That section with the cans and the generic or mass-produced beers. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Why though, right?
No,
Because the company you keep is more crafty and less
no,
man. Yeah,
no.
yeah. You're going to beers like different beers now. Like if you were hanging out with this crew still, well, this crew a few years ago, that's what we would be getting. We would like, what's the most you can get? What's the most bang for your buck you can get? And unfortunately, it's like a Coors Light or a Bud Light. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, so like I buy it for myself. That's what I'm saying. So if I buy like a 12 pack, it's like I'm not drinking it socially. I have it. I mean, if I go to the
I think it's just the company you keep has like your tastes have evolved because of the company you keep. Like you're getting access to better stuff, so you don't want that cheap shit anymore.
I refuse to accept that answer. I refuse to accept that answer.
It's the truth though, because
No,
I'm still way behind. I'm still getting Blue Moon and all that crap because I don't hang out with the elitist crowd.
no, but also at the same time, I think I fuck you. I think at the same time, a lot of these like craft breweries, they're more accessible. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to a specialty store or anything like that. They're available at the grocery store, and I've always wanted to try new things. I don't want to, always like get a Corona. You know what I mean? Like that's all.
No, it's not. Actually, I mean, I think the only reason I'm calling, like, I'm saying the company you keep is just to rip you. But no, I think that's why, like, I don't mind going. Like, when I went to like my my school's social, where we had an open bar, I didn't mind looking at all their beers and seeing it. And I tried some beers that I really didn't like, and I finished some people's beers that they didn't finish just to try out like other stuff, man. It's not a knock on what you're doing.
No, no, no. I mean, even if it was a knock, I wouldn't give a shit.
The only reason I drink a Bud Light now is because I want a Blue Earthquakes cup.
I'll actually still drink. I'll actually drink stuff like that too, though. I mean, the only thing I'm hesitant to drink, or I refuse to drink, even though I like their commercials now, are Budweisers. I just can't. I just can't drink Budweisers. They taste. I don't know. I just can't do it.
Bud Light is seriously, Bud Light is just water, man.
No, I'm talking about Budweiser.
Oh yeah,
Budweiser.
I don't like Budweiser.
I can't do Budweiser. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Holy crap. Like
But
I'll do Bud Light if I want to, you know, um, I'll I'll drink Bud Light simply to carry the illusion that I'm drinking a lot, but it's so much like water that it's not really a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
That
I can pound beers now, so I don't have any. I don't think I have issues with drinking a lot. I actually prefer to drink. If I'm gonna drink a lot in terms of volume, I prefer to have it like, bang for the buck.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, I agree, man.
But
And no, I mean, I can't wait for your party next week because I'm gonna bring a case and we'll go drink.
yeah, no, no. I texted my boy T, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna. And it's kind of funny because I sporadically text him. I don't text him every day, or not even like once a week or anything. It's pretty much like once every couple months to say what's up. So I was just like out of the blue, just text him like, hey, I'm gonna see you on Saturday, right? And he was like, yeah, man, I already got 324 packs of beers ready and all that stuff, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, good shit. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna start drinking today, and then period. And he goes, and you know why? And I started thinking about it. I was like, holy shit, it's my boy's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So of all the days I texted him randomly, it just ends up to being his birthday. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna drink some beers next Saturday. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
We gotta
Too bad.
we gotta try and get VMJ there voicemail.
Voicemail. Yeah, I mean, I don't. He's a family guy, so it's a little tougher to do things. But I feel bad because I was gonna hang out with LVR at Comic Con.
Oh, it's all good.
I mean, I didn't have tickets. I didn't have tickets. What I would have done was just go kick it, and you know what I mean, like just be around the environment, the vibe, and have my flask ready. So, but either way, I mean, I was gonna end up drunk one way or another, whether it's in San Diego or Modesto. I would probably be having a buzz.
I just don't want my truck stolen.
It's not Stockton. It's not Stockton.
But no, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to next Tuesday when I win the wings challenge.
Well, we got commits from. Did Emeka commit?
I don't know. Well, yeah, because he was part of the discussion when we were planning it. It was only John Marino that wasn't there.
Yeah, but we didn't decide on the date, and it wasn't confirmed.
As far as I'm concerned, it's confirmed. It's confirmed because what's the point of having that contest on a non-sale day unless you guys want to do it on the Thursday and just get Wingstop? But Wingstop is like inflated numbers.
I will say this: we need to start the podcast earlier if we're gonna consume that much chicken because, well, I'm gonna consume a lot, but I'm saying like since I usually don't eat much, and I plan on eating a shitload of wings, I'd rather have us start early so this way I won't eat dinner before or snack on something before. So,
okay. And
around 30.
And the chance will be warmer. I really don't want to reheat.
Hold on, I got this calling. I got. This fool, I think he wants me to. Hey, Steve, you're on the podcast. You're on. Can you hear that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, you're on the podcast. I'm recording right now. Yeah, I know. Do you know what they call it? Are you on your way? Yeah, I'm already at what's that place? I'm by Bear Garden. Oh, Bear Garden, by the Grove. Something like that, I guess. All right, just park and then give me a call later or text me because I'm doing a show right now. What? Yeah. Just call me when you're in the thing, and then I'll go downstairs to find parking, or we'll figure it out. All right. All right.
Fuck.
This mother. So my initial plan was to stay indoors. That's why I'm having the podcast. That's why I'm drinking wine, and this motherfucker shows up. I don't want to go out.
Fuck. I can't, man. I want to start. I do want to start going out more, but fuck.
It's expensive too, man. Like.
Yeah. Every day, no.
Because I think I spend more money on booze than I do on food. like just proper nutrition. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I get cheap with food and I just eat enough to just like, okay, whatever, blah blah. You know what I mean? It's just it's the funniest thing though.
Oh well, what is it? It's kind of weird, the evolution of Kimbo, because at one point, every time we described you to people, you came out gay. Now you come out like hella as a drunk.
Drunk?
A party.
A gay drunk. A gay drunk. How about that? We can.
You're like you're like rumor famous.
The legend precedes itself. Oh, the myth. It's a myth. It's not a legend. It's a myth. It's a myth. Hey, but where are you gonna watch the women's final at? The U.S. versus Japan.
I don't know. If they're gonna show it at Avaya, I would like to watch it there with like a whole bunch of other like soccer fans. But I haven't. If not, I guess I'll watch it at home, or I'll try to figure out something. But like I would really want to watch it at the stadium. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
Yeah, it's a good venue. I mean, seriously, one time when you could come up here, we should all just catch a game.
Speaking of games, I'm planning on going to the Galaxy game on Saturday for the 5th of July. And I don't care. I've never gone to a soccer game. Any soccer game.
I think the only downside is that the Gold Cup team took away a lot of good players on the Galaxy.
What's the Gold Cup team? Is that the U.S. men's national team?
Well, it's like I know Omar Gonzalez. He's on the Gold Cup team. There's a couple other players, but it's like what is it called? It's like the North America, Central America, and Caribbean like championship.
Oh shit! They have stuff like that now. Is it fairly new?
No, it's an old thing. It's an old cup. But the U.S. team, like Wando isn't here for the next month. So
that's the interesting thing about soccer. It's kind of like you play for the club, but there's so many different tournaments, like on a national level, that a good player will just like bounce from the team. Like you don't see that happening in like football, basketball, or even hockey, right? Like if you're on that team, you're on that team. There's like no leave, there's no absence or anything like that. So that's a kind of interesting dynamic with soccer.
Yeah. That's true.
And I guess that speaks to soccer being the world's game, because it just seems like they just have tournaments year round for different things and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
Versus
I mean it's national
baseball.
pride, club pride. You know, there's a lot of national and club pride in soccer. You know, like in like basketball, there is only every 4 years. I think most Americans only care about the Olympics. They don't care about the World Championships, Pan
Yeah,
American, none of those other games. They just care about the Olympics
hey,
and their.
speaking of basketball, a couple of big free agent news. I'm sure
Oh,
you've followed it.
yep.
You wanna share what some of the signings were today?
Well, I mean I don't know about if they're wearing any today because I was stuck in meetings all day. But Draymond is back back in the Bay. I heard they're trying to
Five
get. I heard they're trying to get David West too.
Uh, he's gonna take a big pay cut, but that would be a solid like if they get David West, man, for cheap.
And get rid of Dave. If they lose David Lee and pick up David West, that would be a good pickup, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He has to take a major pay cut.
Yeah,
Major pay cut.
he wants to win. That's kind of what his whole thing, and he was kind of ripping on the Pacers. Speaking of the Pacers, our boy Monte is now Pacer. I I got a text from my sister. I should read it to you. Let me read it. Let me find it really quick.
About Monte, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's just a simple "Go Pacers" from my sister.
So he signed an 11 year a 4 year $44 million deal. That's still pretty good considering like he's been getting paid like consistently that much every stop he's been at.
Yeah, you know, Monte is a good role player. He's not somebody that'll carry your team, but he's a good role player.
He's
But
above a role player. Yeah, he's definitely above a role player for sure. Um, but Dwayne Wade got signed.
still with the Heat.
He signed a 1 year, $20 million offer or $20 million contract. So I guess that works both ways because he's getting paid a shitload up front, and they have flexibility, next year or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So he still get his money. But I was thinking, like, in terms of creating legacy for your franchise, it's in your interest to pay him up front because it's going to pay dividends when he retires. Because he'll always be associated with that one team. It's not going to be like a ruined legacy or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like, you're actually paying for your organization to be solid. Like, this guy, he's a Heat for life. You know what I mean?
And it goes a long way, so like they always will represent your franchise. You know what I mean? Even
That's what I'm saying. And, yeah, it's dividends, right? It's going to pay off longer when he retires.
Exactly. Did Lamarcus sign or no?
No, not yet. I guess word is he's gonna meet with the Lakers again.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I guess they fucked up so bad on their first pitch. They couldn't really sell him. They couldn't really sell him on like the direction of the franchise. Like, okay, these are the pieces we have.
Did you read that?
What's that?
Did you read that tweet about that? It's like it was 50-50 that he would go to the Lakers, but after hearing the basketball, he said no because of basketball.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that was I didn't read the tweet, but I read the article. I guess describing the tweet or just detailing the tweet. I guess. But maybe that's what I was.
But it's it's like it says what I was saying last time. It's like Greg Monroe. He'd rather go to Milwaukee of all places than New York. Or LA. And all three teams offered him the max for some odd reason. So it isn't even money.
Wow.
It's like they all offered the same thing, and he still went to Milwaukee.
Wow, that's actually
such a mess.
Yeah, that organization is probably really bad. But Bill Simmons tweeted out. Speaking of tweets, did you see this one tweet where he was tweeting I guess a description of what went down? His agent's like, LaMarcus, this is Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss, this is LaMarcus. And then it says Jeannie Buss on the bottom. What she says was, "Nice to meet you, Marcus." It's just kind of like a dig on like they don't even know the fuck who you're meeting. That's
Yeah,
like the funniest thing. It's a sly kind of like slap to the Lakers front office. I thought that was pretty funny.
it is because they are horrible, man.
Um, yeah, I think those are. I mean, Tyson Chandler, is he with Phoenix now?
I know he got offered, but I didn't hear like a definitive signing. I know like the Kings are offering all these players contracts.
Nobody wants to go to Sac. No one wants to go to Sac either. They are the most dysfunctional franchise I have ever seen. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they're on a different level. Like all the other ones that have bad losing years is because they just couldn't put it together. Whereas the Kings, everything's screwed up from every like angle. Front office, players, coach. It's just a mess over there.
I know, and they're already trying to get rid of George Karl. Damn, it's a mess. It's a mess. And then now Kevin Johnson, KJ is getting like. Did you read that article I sent you?
Yeah. How he wanted to sue the city because apparently he's using personal email accounts to do other things, and the city wants him to release.
Yep.
Yeah. That's shady, dude. That's hella shady. And then I guess the organization that supposedly he's like trying to hide behind, like, help me out, I'm a fellow black, athlete. They're like, fuck you, we hate you, Like, no one in this organization likes you. You spurned us, now you want our help, kind of deal.
I know.
But,
there's like some, like Deadspin has it out for KJ, the Lakers, and the Knicks. every they go
like
after them hard.
Yeah. Yep. What was I gonna say?
Like if you can find it, you should look at like the Knicks recaps because they went like since free agency opened, they tallied what was going on, and like all about the Knicks, and it's just like horrible. Like everybody they offer, it's like they're going somewhere else.
Wow, it's funny how you see Phil Jackson, they're like, oh, he's the Messiah.
Yeah,
it's gonna take. I mean, it's realistic. Like, okay, first year he's gonna shit, but they didn't realize how shitty they're gonna be, and it's not even looking brighter, right?
Nobody wants to play for him,
No, but I bet people in Sac misses the Maloofs. That Vivek, was that his name? Vivek Ranadive?
Yeah, Ranadive.
Yeah, he's just a tool with money, man. It's just ridiculous. Like hands off. Like to Steve Ballmer's credit, he kind of gave the keys to Doc Rivers. Maybe that's not the guy that you want to give the keys to. Oh, speaking of free agents and Doc Rivers, Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised. Hopefully they keep DeAndre.
Doc is recruiting all his old players. Like he has no eye for talent. He just signs his people that he knows. That's it. Like, come on, dude. It's just.
Hey, maybe your boy's dream is gonna come true, and the Warriors will sign DeAndre.
Oh fuck that shit. I don't know. I mean, DeAndre, he's gonna sign with Dallas, right? Is that his other I guess option?
I don't know. I know he interviewed with Dallas. So who else? Somebody else interviewed with Dallas. Oh, LaMarcus also interviewed with Dallas.
It seems like Dallas is always kind of a similar situation as the Lakers. Like they always get meetings, but they never get anyone to sign.
And that's weird because you got a really supportive owner, and like they
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
yeah, that team has won before, and it's not like it's the Lakers where it's all dependent on like Dirk, because
One
Dirk
guy.
is more than willing to defer now to like Monte. So it's kind of weird, like how low regard that Dallas is.
But I'm just wondering if Cuban is just like a little bit more smart in terms of business with the money. Like he doesn't flat out give them max right away. He kind of like, tests the water a little bit versus other teams that just throw money at these players. I don't know. I mean, I've noticed that about Cuban. He kind of waits until the value of a guy kind of diminishes a little bit, and then he'll give a solid offer, but not like eye popping right away. But I don't know.
Smart, too
That
smart for his own good.
Yeah, I mean that might be the case, but I like Cuban. I mean, since buying the Mavs, he's turned it around, kind of like how the Warriors ownership has done for the Warriors.
No, I
But
agree. At first I thought he was annoying, but he's like devoted to his team, and he's a smart guy. I
and
don't
he's
hate.
also going to set up a little bit more too. Like he's not as outspoken as he once was. I mean,
Yeah,
he still gives his opinions, because that's the kind of person he is. But he's learned to take a back seat a little bit more and not kind of be the attention whore that a lot of these new owners think they have to be.
makeup.
Did you see that his speech during the rally?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think
Yeah, how he was saying.
Oh, no, 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 no. Mecca was telling how Mecca was saying that people were yelling like "Stay in Oakland."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but I was saying like he was trying to like I mean he's learned his lesson. He was like, this you're not going to hear anything out of me. He actually said that. Cuz
Yeah,
so he knows. So he's learning to shut up and he's acknowledged that. But at the same time he kind of wants a pop, like a reaction from people when he said I want the credit. I mean, he didn't really say it like that, but
yeah.
he said, nothing's an accident, from the day we bought the team. Nothing's an accident. Everything was planned. So it's kind of his way of also saying, like, listen, I kind of want the credit still, but I'm not going to flat out say it because I'll come off as a douche.
Well,
But he's
he
still
did.
there.
He did still start. He started talking about trying to buy the A's again, and like it's kind of funny. He was like saying like, and then all the A's like bloggers and all the baseball people, they were like they were ripping on him because he was like saying, oh, um, the Warriors couldn't compete with three teams here, and like a lot of bullshit right now. And then about how he doesn't he wants to be the A hero now. That's basically like what he's trying to say. But it's like they're like the reason there's going to be less teams here is because you're pulling out of Oakland. Like they're
You're part of the problem.
yeah. So I mean, and then I didn't get a chance to read the article, but supposedly there's been a lot of things going on with the San Francisco stadium or arena. Like there's been problems with that. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Like with the I read it somewhere about the nurses, or at San Francisco UCSF Medical Center or whatever. It's gonna block a lot of emergency type deals. So, wow, a lot of roadblocks.
yeah, I mean, and you have to expect it. That's San Francisco. San Francisco is notorious for that.
Yeah, it's funny because anywhere else in the country, they'd welcome a freaking team willing to put up their own money to build this like this tourist attraction, this state-of-the-art facility. San
Yeah,
Francisco is like one of the few cities who's like, no, I don't care, not about the money. So
and that's kind of what's wrong with the Niners now. I think the Niners. I really think the Niners made the biggest mistake when they left San Francisco.
yeah, but knowing what happened now with the Warriors, I mean, the city they're just tough to work with in terms of like developing you know, a venue. I mean, it's history, right? It's kind of always been that way in the city. So
Yeah, and
uh,
yeah, it's but still, I think they should have stayed. The South Bay is not where it's at for the Niners.
you got
And
to build up, man. You got to build the culture. You got to build it up. It starts somewhere, you know.
that stadium, seriously, man, it's
It's
just
out of
not.
place, right?
It's just not a pretty stadium.
No, I think it's pretty. I just think it's out of place. Like there's no added value to the location. Like it's not an experience when you go there.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, I mean, like they should have done what they did with like the Seahawks stadium. You know, made it really sound loud, and that's not what that stadium is,
Okay.
man.
Well, I was gonna ask you. I wasn't even like referencing like the actual. I was thinking more of the like location and stuff like that because I
Oh,
remember when we visited Seattle. Like it was nice to see these two behemoth like arenas. I mean, yeah, you know, baseball field and football field like boom next to each other.
yeah,
And
yeah,
not only that, but like you can walk around the area and kind of like take in the scene, right? You can go
yeah,
and buy shit from like all these places. You can't get that at the Santa Clara location. I
yeah.
mean,
And
yeah,
there was
yeah, they're
tons of parking too. Remember, there's tons of parking.
so they're building up towards that. I don't know if they. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's still Santa Clara, so it's
Well, where
hard.
would you buy it? And like the rent, I'm assuming that the rent for all of those places, like for a small business, like for like an eatery or something, would be just astronomical. You know what I mean? It'd be too expensive.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
a good bowl of pho or something nearby, but it's not.
yeah. I mean,
Doesn't distance.
no, I mean, but I mean, stuff like that. Like, say for instance, Seattle. That I mean, that's a prime real estate too. People are willing to work with that. But what I'm saying is like, is it actually going to happen? Like, you have this vision of like, you know, investors trying to, you know, build around it. I don't see it happening
Yeah,
because
there's no place for it to be built because there's so many things there already, and it's like they just like plopped it down in the middle of middle of like a business district where the only thing that's going to be only food that's going to be there are like really small mom and pop stores where people can go to lunch. That's it, and they're only open
yeah,
for hours.
it's a corporate like area. It's like it's built for offices, right? I mean, that's pretty much conventions and offices. Like I was hoping it'd be more like along the lines of the Staples Center.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that place was kind of a shithole, I guess. I've never been there prior, but like if you go there now, I mean you have everything around it. It's just like okay, and I can kind of see that happening with Santa Clara, but I don't know.
too expensive, man. Did you know how much it costs for like um a bedroom in downtown San Jose right now in one of the new places? So not one of the not by
Right,
San Jose,
right.
but by like the Adobe building.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
like mid 3,000s, man.
Holy shit, that is
So
insane.
yeah, so like how is a like a how is like a just like a bar, like a regular bar, like Pete, you know, Pete's, Pete's Tavern in right across the street from the Giants Stadium. How are they going to afford something that expensive to get property and have a bar up nearby?
It would have to be developers. That's pretty much what it is. It would have to be like it would have to be a corporation.
I mean, but there's no land there. That's why they want to plow through the soccer fields.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Lou Wolf. That's kind of why Lou Wolf hasn't wanted to build in Oakland until unless he gets the land around it, so he can develop around it, so he can make it that way. Because that's
All
what he's
right.
doing. That's what he's doing with Avaya. Like where we're parking right now, the parking
Uh,
lot, Avaya. He's gonna develop that into like a high line, like a business office with restaurants and bars and everything.
all right. I just got a text from Steve. He's downstairs, so I have to cut the show short. As much as I'd love to continue talking and just kind of chill and be mellow, I'm not going to Rays tonight because I'm waiting for LVR tomorrow. So too bad, Neil, you can't make the trip. That would be super dope. But
By the end of the summer, I'll come down for like a weekend.
all right, for sure, for sure. So
Cool.
I'm the Cambodia. He's 150. Happy 4th, everyone, and we'll see y'all next week.
Have a
Wings
good one.
challenge.